So the fact that the Liberals are sitting at 168, they are 4 off from the majority number, and there are still seats in play. Could this turn into a majority government for the Liberals?
I think it could. I was asking that question of a lot of the people on our decision desk last night who, you know, their mathematical system that they have in place seemed to guarantee that it would be a minority just because of sort of what we had assigned to the Liberals already. But because, I mean, you never know. I mean, that's a very, very close number. And I know, as you point out, there are still some ridings that Elections Canada kind of stopped doing the final count on as of 3 a.m., I think. So we'll wait and see this morning. That would be, you know, a dramatic turn of events as well, right? A very different situation for the Prime Minister, who at this point thinks he's dealing with, you know, having to get dance partners. And if he doesn't, you know, would face a very, very different 4 years ahead.
Listen, this is where you live and breathe. So I want to ask you, there's a lot of talk last night about how the Conservative and the Liberals are going to have to work together, move Canada forward, join forces. That was my face too. Join forces to stand up against Donald Trump. You know what it's like in the House of Commons. Is this possible with these two leaders?
It's a good question, and I don't want to necessarily prejudge the answer. And I say that because if you had asked me this last year, I would have also rolled my eyes and been like, hello, like, have we seen the stuff that goes back and forth? But I do think that nobody, including the leaders of our political parties, would have guessed the kinds of threats that Donald Trump would make toward our country, that he would invoke, you know, challenges to our sovereignty. So if there is a unique moment in our history in which what we think might happen might not, I think it could be this one. And that's not to say there'd be any kind of formal agreement. But I do think, for example, if in fact this seat arrangement holds and Mark Carney decides he wants to build, you know, energy infrastructure out, in those instances, on a case-by-case basis, I would imagine there would be Conservative support for that. If he wants to attack a different program, for example, or build out childcare, I imagine there will be enough dance partners, because he doesn't need that many within the NDP or the New Democrats or the Greens, for example. So I don't think it's impossible, and I think if there ever was a time where it's most possible, it would be against the backdrop of this threat we face from Trump.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.